Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Arfol. I'm the founder of Sterlinx Global. We do full accounting and VAT for builders and sole traders in the UK. Today's video, I'm going to be covering the top 10 expenses you should claim from your tax as a sole trader builder based in the UK while you are fully self-employed. So I'm going to be moving into the actual topics straight away without wasting further time, so you can get the actual bit that you need to know from this video. Number one comes on my list is materials used for building purposes. Now bear in mind, most of the times if you're a builder, if you're a business, what you'd like to do, quote your client a job including materials and labor. In that case, you do have a scope of making some margin on top of the actual materials that you supply, where if the customer or the client was going to buy the materials directly and provide you with the materials and you just provide the labor, you make margin, or you actually trade your time to make profit, or your invoice paid towards your labor or your time they've given to finish that project. So materials are a smarter way to make some profit, and it is a cost only when you actually buy it to supply to the client. Okay, so that material, or you bought the material to build something that can be used towards the business. Number one example could be if you are, for example, a landscaper and you order some topsoil. That topsoil costs you £100 per ton, but you charge the client £120. The £20 is your markup, and the £100 invoice that you got from the wholesaler is an expense. So that's the materials expense, or the materials invoice that can be claimed as a invoice towards the tax, showing as an expense. So make sure you or your bookkeeper or your accountant does that properly and claim this for you without having to worry about anything else. Next comes in my list is replacement tools. Now tools can be classed as assets depending on what type of tools are being used in that business. So some tools are assets, some tools are actually for day-to-day operations, and they can be claimed as an expense from your bill. So tools are wear and tear items, especially when you use them frequently in your business. To be able to operate continuously, you need to replace your tools every now and then, which can be charged as part of your business expenses. So do bear that in mind, and make sure that you have the receipts, and keep hold of the receipts and record it somewhere on a spreadsheet, or Xero, Zoho, or whichever accounting software or QuickBooks you're using. Do reconcile them accordingly with your bank statement or your card, or however you use the cash. All right, number three on my list is repairs and maintenance of equipment. If you are using a special equipment to aid you in the building, you will record that equipment as part of your asset. So like, remember I told you before that some tools can be classed as assets, so this is one of those. So if listen to that again carefully please. So if you're using a special equipment to aid you or to help you in building, you will record that equipment as part of your asset, but the repairs and maintenance will record as an expense. So be very careful about what you're claiming. So the actual repairs and maintenance can be recorded as an expense, where the actual tool that's there for the long term, the equipment, will be as part of your asset. So you need to speak to your specialist, accountant or bookkeeper, to clarify that for you. Or if you need clarification, you can speak to us and we'll guide you accordingly. And make sure you claim the right expenses from HMRC, and you are on the good side of HMRC to ensure you're paying the right amount of tax, nothing more, nothing less. Everybody's happy. Next after that comes on my list is insurance. Ensuring you and your work is a must to add protection from accidents and other unforeseen events. You can record insurance as part of your business expense if the terms in the insurance covers you while you are at work. So for builders, you need to remember that bit. All right, so insurance is a expense, and you can claim that, and that's not an issue at all. And you make sure that you claim the insurance as part of your expense, and you will also ensure that you check through that before your actual declaration of the tax filing at the end of the year, you make sure that you calculated that properly and your bookkeeper or accountant has noticed that as well. Number 5 comes on the list is protective clothing. So building a project may involve accidental prone situations, so that will always call for a need of body protection. So protective clothing like gloves, or you got protective shoes with steel front, as well as you do have protective clothing like aprons, or maybe covers for any type of chemical use or anything. So any protective clothing that is used for that building, for that job that you are at, can be claimed as part of your expense. And I'm sure your customers or clients not going to be providing you with those, and if they do, that's great, that's a present for you, but most of the cases you have to buy your own, and do ensure that you claim this as part of your expense, and you're legally allowed to do so according to HMRC's policies. So next comes on my list is laundry and cleaning. Is one of the things that happens, washing your protective clothing and cleaning your tools as part of your business expense. That should be recorded and claimed. All right, so laundry and cleaning majorly implies towards restaurant business, but you'll be surprised it also implies towards lots of other businesses. So somebody like yourself who is a builder and who is in the building industry, you do have a lot of things that need to be paid for when you clean. Something like could be if van needs a jet wash, or it could be that one of your tools is a special cleaning by a specialist, or it could be that laundry, simple laundry that you use on day-to-day basis, or you can even claim the laundry washing powder if you're using for business purpose to do your actual laundry for your business clothing, or laundry only. So there are quite a few things that you can claim. So you do need to ensure they speak to your bookkeeper, accountant to clarify that for you again. Now the vehicle cost, fuel for business use only. So you're looking at creating vehicle cost if you are using your car to travel to places where your projects are. You can record that fuel you paid for those trips as part of your business expense. To know that what you can claim, go on HMRC website and basically have a quick browse over it. If you are using purely for business purposes, you are occurring fuel cost, that should be claimed as part of your expense with HMRC. So next is vehicle cost, repairs and maintenance. This time it's not fuel, it's to do more towards the repair and maintenance for business use only. So if you have a car or a van that you use for the business, for building purposes, for building work, or your sole tradership purposes, you can record the repairs and maintenance of your car or your van used for business as part of your business expense. All right, do bear that in mind, and that can be anything including like changing tires, headlamps, or having MOT or anything like this. I covered the MOT too quick. So vehicle cost next is coming to road tax, insurance and MOT for business use only. So in this section is to do with the actual legal side of the vehicle, which is the road tax, insurance and MOT. They're the cost that keeps your business car on the road to take you to places or take you where your projects are. So you need to make sure these are fully paid, as well as you claim at the same time. How beautiful is this? Government needs to paying, but they're also asking you to you can claim this part of the expense. Not too bad, everybody wins. So you could always look at the positive side really, so you can actually enjoy that process a lot more. So anyhow, so next is other sundry items. So being a builder does not mean all your expenses should be in a granular level. You can record and claim expenses for every little thing that you buy for your business operation, like screws, nails and so on. So you need to make sure that anything that you're using towards the business, if it's claimable or not. So just keep the receipt, speak to accountant, or have a look at HMRC website on the list of the actual expense type that you can have for your sole tradership building business, then go from there. Or if you do need an accountant to speak to, we are here, we'll be more than happy to help you out. So as always, thanks very much guys. So these are my top 10 tips of top 10 expenses of your building business. So as usual, I'm going to give you the most important tip in claiming your VAT. So all expenses are claimable. If you have a VAT expense, you will have to make sure that you claim the VAT expense as well. If you want to claim the VAT as well as the expense, now those expenses I mentioned before, they have VAT on them majority of the time, but you don't claim the VAT as a VAT, you claim the VAT as an expense. So there's a bit of a difference in there. So if you are a VAT registered company and your supplier is VAT registered with producing a VAT filing, you will ensure that you claim the VAT accordingly if you're a standard VAT registered company. So suppliers can also be suppliers of services such as your accountant, somebody like us, as well as insurance agent and so on. So you need to ask for a VAT invoice from the supplier to reclaim your VAT from HMRC. These were my tips today for this video, so I think that's enough for today. I hope this has been helpful towards your findings, what you've been looking for today, and I will be gladly able to assist you if you do need any help, and speak to one of our advisors in-house who will be able to clarify quite a few things for you. So if you do need an accountant, you know where to come. Speak to us, Sterlinx Global, and we will do our best to help you with anything needed. Alright, so thanks very much guys. Don't forget to subscribe and press the like button, as well as press the bell icon for future notifications for helpful tips like this on a regular and weekly basis. Have a good day ahead, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye bye now.